In a small seaside town, surrounded by hills and the sound of crashing waves, lived a quiet man named Dev. He wasn't rich, he wasn't famous, and he didn't have big dreams. Dev was known for one thing only: making lamps. For 20 years, he carved wood, shaped metal, polished glass, and created simple, beautiful lamps that brought warm light into people's homes. But deep inside, Dev wondered something he never told anyone. Is this all my life is meant for? Every morning, Dev sat in his small workshop by the sea. He watched the world passing by: children going to school, fishermen rushing to the shore, tourists taking pictures. He felt left behind. His friends became teachers, business owners, engineers. But Dev, he made lamps. One day, he overheard two villagers whispering, "Dev is wasting his life. Who spends 20 years making lamps?" Those words struck him deeply. That night, Dev stared at his hands, rough, tired, scarred from years of work, and whispered, "Maybe they're right. Maybe my life means nothing." One rainy evening, a traveler stopped by Dev's workshop. He was drenched, exhausted, and carrying a broken lantern. "Can you fix this?" the man asked. Dev nodded and began working silently. Within minutes, the lantern shone brighter than before. The traveler smiled warmly. "Your hands, they create light." Dev laughed softly. "It's just a lamp." "No," the traveler replied, "you don't understand. There are people who build grand things, but few who create light when the world is dark." Before leaving, the stranger said one last sentence that Dev never forgot. "Your purpose is hidden in the work you think is ordinary." A few months later, the town faced the biggest storm in decades. Winds tore roofs off houses, lightning struck trees, and a massive blackout swallowed the entire town in darkness. Children cried. The elderly panicked. People stumbled through the streets, unable to see. All the electric lights were gone. Dev looked out at the terrified village and whispered, "Maybe this is my moment." He grabbed every lamp he had ever made, small ones, big ones, old ones, dusty ones, and lit them. One by one, he placed them all around the streets, on the bridges, at crossroads, in front of damaged houses, in shelters, at the old age home. Soon, the entire village began glowing with warm golden light. People gathered around, amazed. For the first time, one boy said, "I'm not scared." Slowly, smiles returned. Tears turned into relief. The light Dev created brought hope when the town needed it most. The next morning, the storm was gone, but Dev's lamps still burned brightly. Villagers came to him, not with criticism, but with gratitude. "You saved us. Your light guided us. Without you, we would have been lost." One elderly woman held his hand tightly and said, "You think your life is small. Last night, your lamps carried an entire town through darkness." Dev felt something he had never felt before: purpose. For the first time in his life, he saw the truth. He wasn't just a lamp maker. He was someone who brought light into the darkest moments of people's lives. The traveler's words echoed in his mind. "Your purpose is hidden in the work you think is ordinary." Dev's story teaches us something powerful. You don't need a big job, a big title, or a big dream to matter. Sometimes, the simplest work creates the greatest impact. Never underestimate your gifts. Never think your life is too small. What you call ordinary may be exactly what someone desperately needs. Your kindness, your talent, your effort, your voice. They can become the light in someone's darkest night. And one day, you will realize your life always had a purpose. You just needed the right moment to see it. This was the story of Dev, the lamp maker who found his purpose not in glory, but in bringing light to others. And sometimes that is the greatest purpose of all.